Welcome to the first episode of Onamia Holistic Health. My name is Caroline Onamia. I am the host of this show, and I'm also a certified nutritionist and a holistic health and wellness coach. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the physical body, what it is, what it comprises of, and why it is important to keep it healthy. Your physical body is one of the fourfold members of your entire being. As I said already in the previous video, which was the introduction, please go watch the introduction video as I'll be explaining to you what this channel is all about. But you are fourfold. What you are is a divine being. And you have a physical body, you have a soul, and you have a mind. And you have a life energy that keeps you alive. This episode, I'll be talking to you about the first member, which is the physical body, the one that you see on a daily basis. The physical body is a suit that you're wearing in order for you to maneuver, in order for you to experience life on this planet. It is that part of you that is physical. When I'm holding this thing in my hand, my hands are feeling the jump rope. The nerves in my fingers is able to have the feeling that I'm having on my hands when I'm holding this jump rope. Everything that I'm doing, when I'm talking, when I'm moving, all of these are physical. In modern science, they are only focused on the physical part of the body. They don't talk about the other members of the body. Have you ever experienced a moment when you went to the doctor? You know that you're not feeling right. You know that something is off. You know that you're not feeling yourself, but you go to the medical doctor and they're telling you there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. We can't find the cause of what you are going through. This is because the medical doctors or the medical professionals, they have been trained to see everything from a physical lens. You're not just your physical body. I already told you are also a spirit being. You also have a soul and you also have a mind. They don't focus on that because they have not been trained for that. This is why the medical doctor or even modern science, they cannot cure diseases. They can only treat diseases. But that will come in the successive episodes. I'll be explaining to you why they're not able to cure all diseases, why they're not able to find the cause, the root cause of a disease. But for now, I just want you to know that the physical body comprises of the organs, the cells, the tissues, the atoms, the physiology. And it is important that you maintain it. It's important that you keep it healthy. And ways to keep it healthy, as modern science, of course, advises you, is to have regular exercise, is for you to have a proper diet. You want to have a diet that has least amount of processed foods. So diets that are more nature-based, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, because they have a better connection with the body than the processed foods. The processed foods are all byproducts of chemicals. And if you ingest that long enough, you're going to deteriorate your organs. Also, another thing, I already said that you should exercise regularly. It's important that you do that so your body can experience the blood flow better. Another thing as well, whenever you're going to the doctor, make sure that you check yourself on an annual basis just to see how things are going in your physical body. If everything is intact, if you don't have shortage of iron, shortage of blood, because sometimes as you go through life, you may not necessarily notice certain changes in your body. Therefore, it can sometimes help if you go for a medical checkup for them to see how your blood levels are, how your fat levels are, how your cholesterol levels are, how your blood pressure is, so that if there is something wrong, they can have immediate intervention. All these are physical interventions for you to keep the physical body healthy. I already told you that who you truly are is a divine being. You are a divine being having a physical body, but you have to know that you have to maintain this body, because as the years go by, it will eventually deteriorate as you grow older. And eventually this body is going to return back to the earth. So it's important for you to have that in mind, that no matter what, I have to keep my body healthy, because as I grow older, it will not be as strong as it is yesterday or even today. So make sure that you always have that in mind. On my website, there will be many resources. I'll have recipes for healthy smoothies, but also on my Instagram, I'll also have a lot of infographics to encourage you to eat healthier foods, unprocessed foods, more natural foods, so that you are able to strengthen your physical body the more. So all these things are very important. I also said that medical science, modern science, Western medicine, they cannot cure diseases. They only treat the symptoms. And that's why they always advise you to eat healthy, to exercise, because all these are preventive. These prevent you from having diseases. The very diseases that you may get if you don't exercise, if you don't eat healthy, they are not able to cure it. That's why they're advising you to keep yourself healthy. And the best way, and it's easier, and it's also the best way, in order to avoid a disease, you must prevent from having it, than for you to have the disease and trying to treat it and trying to cure it. So it's very important that you take care of your physical body. Sometimes it is not always the case that you are sick because of a physical ailment, because of high blood pressure or because of diabetes. Sometimes there's an underlying cause that has caused the diabetes, the cancer, the high blood pressure, and all these other chronic diseases. Sometimes it's not because you didn't exercise. Sometimes it's not because you didn't eat your fruits and vegetables. Sometimes it's not because you were always eating healthy and plant-based. Sometimes it's not always that. Sometimes it can come from stress. In successive videos, I'll be talking to you about the soul, which is another being, another member of you, of who you are. When you are going through things and when you are not feeling comfortable within yourself, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling unhappy and sad, you may be eating your apples, you may be eating your kales, you may be eating all these fruits and vegetables, you may be exercising on a daily basis, but still there is something in you that is eating you up from the inside and you're not feeling so happy within yourself. That can be the cause of a particular ailment that you will have later in life. That's why it's always important to check yourself. Not just physical by going to the medical doctor, as I've advised you earlier, but it's important to check your entire being. Check the state of your mind. Check the state of your soul. Check the state of your spirit. Because if one of these members are not at peace, it is going to result in a physical ailment. I'm going to take this for example. Let us say that you have a job, you're working a job, and you're making good money. You're able to afford to pay all your bills. You're living in a very beautiful home, beautiful house, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms. You're living a luxurious life. You have your family and you are married. Let us say in this case, we're taking a woman, for example. This woman has a good job. She's making good money. She's living in a 5-bedroom house with her husband and her 3 children. And she's working this job. Yet, she is experiencing a lot of depression, unhappiness, sadness. On the outside, she may think, oh, this woman has it all together. She's living a perfect life and everybody wants to be like her. Everybody wants to have what she has. But there's still something that is missing. And she's not satisfied. Her soul is not at peace. This woman looks healthy. She's not overweight. She's slim, she exercises, she eats healthy, she's conscious of the foods that she consumes. And yet, she's not happy within herself. As time goes by, that unhappiness that she's having is going to put a lot of stress on the body because that unhappiness is coming from the soul. Whenever the soul is experiencing a high amount of unhappiness, that is going to seep into the physical body. What we also have been taught is that our physical health or our health is controlled by the chemicals in our body, the chemical interactions, and when it is in the right ratio, when it is balanced, you're in a healthy state. But little do they know, that is a fallacy. It's not true. What is true is that we are controlled. The state of our health is controlled by our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Whatever we do, whatever we think, and whatever we feel affects the physical body. The physical body is so so flexible and it is so sensitive to the other members. If you are having negative thoughts constantly thinking negative, and you are eventually depressed, that depression is going to cause a lot of stress on the organs. And when you experience a lot of stress in the organs, that is going to result in a disease. And that disease is a physical manifestation of something that happened either in your mind or in your soul or in your spirit. So when you're going for a medical checkup, they're going to go through different scans, different diagnoses, and they're going to see, you have cancer, stage 1, 2, or 3, or you have diabetes, or you have high blood pressure. They're seeing the effects of the depression and the stress that you have put on yourself due to the negative thoughts that you've been having. You may think that I may not have eaten well or I have not exercised, but the root cause is not that physical intervention that you have been doing. The root cause could have been coming from your thoughts or have been coming from the emotions that you were going through, the stress, the depression. And what these medical doctors will do is that they will give you medication, or you will undergo surgery, you will undergo different procedures to treat that particular ailment. And that is where they go wrong, because they're treating a cause and not the effect. It's just like behind me you have the plants, and I want to cut the leaf of these plants. I want to cut it to get rid of the tree, but these are just growing from the tree. In order for the tree to die, you have to cut it at its roots, not at its leaves. That is the same way these medical doctors are treating us. They're treating the symptoms, the effect. They're not treating the root cause of the problem. That's why you will have a lot of people with a good job. They have beautiful houses. They have everything that the physical life can give them. And yet they experience depression, sadness. They experience a feeling or a lack of fulfillment. They feel like there is so much more to life. The reason for that is that they haven't catered to the other members of your being. Like I said, we're fourfold. We have the physical body, the soul, the mind, and the spirit. If you're only focused on the physical, I gotta work, I gotta make money, I gotta have a big house, I have to have the nice cars, you're focusing only on the physical, and you're ignoring your soul and your mind and your spirit, eventually an imbalance is going to occur within your being. You're going to feel uneasy. You're going to feel restless. It's because the other members are craving for the same attention that you're giving to your physical life or your physical body. This is why it's important to understand the essence of holistic health. Not the health that we have been programmed to think that, health is the absence of disease. If I don't have cancer, I am healthy. That is not health. True health is holistic. It is all members being in harmony with each other. This is why we have to take care of each and every member and give its attention equally in order for you to experience balance and harmony. If you give more attention to the physical body than the soul is going to ask and crave for it. If you give more attention to the mind and not the soul, or you give more attention to the spirit and not the physical body will suffer from it. I will give you a practical example. You have people that are overly spiritual and they neglect the physical part of life. They too are imbalanced. You have people that are only focused on the mental aspect and they neglect the soul, or they neglect the physical part. They don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of their physical body. They just leave themselves like that, and they only focus on my mind. This is why it's important that if you're not aware that you have these fourfold members within you in order to keep yourself healthy, you will give more attention to one and leave the other. And eventually that is going to result in an imbalance, in a disorder, in a dis-ease. You're not at ease within yourself. So the purpose of this channel is to create the awareness that you must focus on your physical health. You must focus on your spiritual health. You must focus on your mental health. You must focus on your emotional health. You must focus on your soul in order for you to have the blissful life that you're looking for, the peace of mind that you're looking for. I always say peace, health, and longevity. Peace is not the absence of war, but peace is harmony and balance. Peace is wholeness. When you are at peace, you are whole. When you're whole, you will become automatically healthy. And when you're healthy, you will experience longevity. If you are not in peace, you are in disorder, you are out of sync, you're out of balance. That would lead in dis-ease. You will not be healthy, you will get sick, and eventually it will lead to death. Your lifespan will be shortened. So be very careful of how you treat yourself. This episode is about the physical body. I've given you some tips on how to keep it healthy, how to maintain it. This is to prevent you from having diseases. Take care of your physical body by exercising. When you're exercising, you don't necessarily have to do jump ropes, or you don't necessarily have to do this every single day. Find your own way of exercising that you enjoy doing. You don't want to do an exercise that you don't like, because if you do that, it's not having a healing effect on your body. Exercise should make you feel better once you're done, not feel dreadful. You want to be able to do an exercise that you like. It can be dancing, it can be walking, it can be hiking, it can be jogging, it can be going to the gym. Whatever exercise you want to do, keeping your body active, as long as it has a healing effect on you, go for it, because it is about keeping your whole being healthy. Also try to avoid processed foods. Processed foods, as I said earlier, are a byproduct of chemicals. And these chemicals can be very toxic as if you consume it constantly over a long period of time. So your body would have to constantly fight and cleanse itself to get rid of these toxins. But if you eat foods that are less processed, like the fruits and the vegetables, the nuts, the seeds, the herbs, foods that come from the earth, sun-ripe foods, you will keep the physical body healthy and strong. Make sure also that you drink enough of water, you keep yourself hydrated. Make sure also that whenever you can, that you abstain from food for some time. Give the body, give the digestive system some rest to be able to do its work properly. Fasting has a lot of healing effects, healing benefits. In upcoming videos, I'll be talking about the spiritual and physical benefits of fasting. Fasting is a very good way to heal the body. In the animal kingdom, whenever an animal gets sick, it does not eat. And it allows the body to repair itself. But when you're eating, the body has to now focus on digesting the food, and it will stop with what it is doing. I will also talk about the importance of sleep. The reason why I'm bringing sleep in this way is that whenever you're sleeping, your body is going through a fast. Whenever you're sleeping, the body is going through a healing process. So if you don't eat, the body will now focus on the unfinished business of healing and recovery. So sometimes it is good to not eat at all. It can be 12 hours, it can be 24 hours, 36 hours. There are different ways of fasting. You can do intermittent fasting. You can do dry fasting by not drinking or eating anything at all. You can also just do a water fast. In the successive videos, we will be talking about that. So these are ways and means to keep your physical body healthy. But do not forget to also focus on the other members of the body. But for now, in today's episode, my focus is on the physical body, and it's for you to just understand that it's important that you take care of your physical body, because that's what you're going to need to experience life. I hope that you were able to understand and pick up on what I said. Feel free to comment in this video. Feel free to reach out to me. Check out the website on www.onamyaholistichealth.com. I'll put it in the description. Feel free to also visit my YouTube page, Onamya Holistic Health, as you're watching it on YouTube. Also feel free to visit my Instagram and my Facebook, Onamya Holistic Health. If you need any dietary advice and weight loss advice, book a consultation and I will help you lose weight in a healthy way. If you need holistic health and wellness coaching, I'm also there to help you as I teach people and I guide them through a more balanced life, a life that encompasses not just the physical body, but also your spiritual body, your emotional body, your mental body. So I wish you peace, health, and longevity. Take what you can from this video and apply it to your life. Stay healthy, stay strong, eat healthy, abstain from sinful things, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.